Hey everybody, how's it going? Sandman here. The Sands house is busy tonight. My son has his friend over from across the street, and they're busily playing the Wii U. They're playing this game called Splatoon. That's the whole goal is to paint everything in whatever color you get chosen to paint in. So you can kind of hear them in the background. So I just wanted to give everybody a little update on what's going on in my life and how my running's going and all that good stuff. And I am still reeling from setting that awesome 5K PR on Halloween. That was great. That was really, really great. And I continue to feel really good. Um, Still fighting off this hamstring strain in like my left leg. And I just can't seem to roll it out or massage it out. And I'll keep fighting it, but it's definitely not going anywhere. I wish it would because it's a pain in the butt, literally. But I had a really good week of running. Only had to work Tuesday through Friday this week, so I actually have a weekend off. So today was Saturday and my long run day, and it's so much nicer to do a long run on a day that I'm off, because otherwise I wouldn't be getting out there until 3:30, 4 o'clock. And now that the time change has happened here in the the United States, it means it gets dark a lot earlier. And while I don't mind running in the dark, I did have kind of a close call last week with a careless older driver who just didn't see me and then proceeded to chase me down in her car and lots of road rage there. So, it's always nice to be able to run when it's daylight and give yourself the best fighting chance to stay alive because sometimes running around here means you got to dodge cars and all that great stuff. But today was really good. I did 12 miles, and the weather was a little cold, a little windy, a little too windy for my taste, but I was dressed just right, so it didn't bother me too much. And I also have been experimenting with trying to extend my threshold without taking any gels or taking any fluid like Gatorade or anything like that or Heed, just because I want to try and give myself a little bit of an added extra boost when I start doing these half marathons next year. I figure if I hold off on the fueling as much as I can, that when it comes to race day, that'll just be an added extra bonus that maybe it'll give me a little extra oomph during the race. Because I definitely want to try to PR in my half marathon time starting next year. As far as other races go, I still have the 4.4 mile turkey trot scheduled on Thanksgiving, which is awesome. I love that race. It's a fun race. It's really close to my house. I could run to it, which I may do, or bike. And it attracts thousands of people. I think last year it attracted something like 5,000 people. There's two different races. There's a 5K and the 4.4. And it was started by a local track coach here in the town that I live for his students back in, I think, 1974 or 72. I can't remember, one of the two. So it's been around a long time, and it's grown in popularity like crazy. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. You can always eat a little more turkey when you run 4.4 miles in the morning. And it's a later race, too, which is nice. I don't think it starts until 10 o'clock, which most of them start like at 7:30. So it's nice to have a later start. Beyond that, I'm also doing It's a Wonderful 5K in Seneca Falls, which I'm sure everybody out there has seen. It's a Wonderful Life, that movie. It's a Christmas classic, and it's one of my favorites. And, it is kind of a sad movie because in the beginning of the movie, George is trying to kill himself. But, it all works out in the end and everything. And supposedly the movie got its concept in Seneca Falls, which is right down the road from Rochester. And my local Fleet Feet store has this great deal where you pay 25 bucks and they get you on a bus with food and drinks and they bus you to the race. More than enough time to pick up your bib and you can run, and then they drive you home. And I thought to myself, that's probably the best 25 bucks I could spend. So I signed up for that. There were two buses, and just to show how popular that race is, the two buses filled up in 8 hours. So it's a really popular race, and I was just happy to manage to register for a bus spot. I waited up till midnight to do it, and I'm not going to know a soul on the bus, but hey, runners are some of the friendliest people I know, so I'm sure I'll make some friends there. So I got that in December, and after that we start the Four Seasons Challenge, where in January I'm running a half marathon. That's called the Winter Warrior, and it'll be my first half marathon in the winter. I've never run one in the winter, only the spring, so that's going to be a little different. Um, Hopefully it won't be too freezing cold and that kind of stuff. But as a unique twist, you get a winter cap when you finish that says Winter Warrior on it and all that stuff. So I'm really excited about that. What else? Coach Judy is officially started me on half marathon training, which is a little bit nicer because there's a lot less speed work, at least for now. I'm not saying I want some coach. Really, I'm not. But yeah, so not so much speed work, longer runs, which is great going into the holidays because I love Thanksgiving because there's food. Lots of food. Bad, bad. One of my biggest weaknesses. So it's nice to be able to burn a couple extra calories and I can come home and eat, reasonably. Well, reasonably for me. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys today about too was this whole thing going on in France. As pretty much anybody in, America knows by now, there were these terrible terrorist attacks in France, and over 100 people have been killed, and all the terrorists have either been suicide bombers, and I think one was shot by the police. And, it just sucks. It just sucks. I remember 9/11. I remember that morning. I remember watching the news and watching both of those planes slam into the World Trade Centers. And this whole event, even though obviously I don't live in France, I live in the United States, it's bringing up a lot of memories about that and how terrible I felt. And my heart just goes out to the French people. France has been one of our oldest allies going all the way back to the Revolutionary War. And, it's just sad. It's just sad. And working in law enforcement, I will tell you that terrorism and trying to combat terrorism is incredibly tough, especially in our country. A lot of people, say that our country isn't very accepting and, has closed borders and things like that. But in reality, you can wake up every day here and you can do whatever the hell you want, and nobody's going to bother you for the most part. For the most part. And, working in law enforcement, I've met people from all walks of life. I've met wealthy people, poor people, and I've also met people with different religions. And I know several Muslims, and I have Muslim friends. And, it's not the religion that's bad. It's just the people who twist, and manipulate certain things in the religion to make it bad. And, everybody thinks Muslims are bad, and I don't think Muslims are bad. A good case could be made that the Christian faith has killed a lot of people with the Crusades, too. So, but I found myself drifting a lot during today's 12-mile run, thinking about the French people and 9/11 here. And, I think tomorrow I'm going to maybe be a little bit of a dork, and I'm going to wear something that's red, white, and blue, because those are the French colors too of the flag. And maybe just put in a couple miles for the French people and show some solidarity there. And, hopefully mankind can get its head out of its ass and just accept everybody for what it is and who they are, and not care so much about the minor differences and that kind of thing. So that's let me think if there's anything else going on with me. Not really. That's about it. Just kind of tired after my run today. I am doing one of those rare things that I never do, and I am sitting around today, just kind of chilling out and not doing too much, which is very unlike me. But I have the weekend off, and I'm just gonna relax. So I hope all of you are doing well. And I hope all of you maybe think about wearing something red, white, and blue tomorrow to show a little solidarity for France and the struggles that they're going through. And to all my French friends, I'm glad you're safe. And I hope there's a stop to this kind of behavior. So, but take care, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I know I will. Looking forward to tomorrow and getting a run outside. So take care. Bye.